Hey guys, the last thing I planned for this week was to make another video. You see, I just started a new job on Monday. Thank you, you're too kind. And I was expecting that I won't have too much time to make new videos, so I made some in advance and scheduled them so you guys can get new stuff coming on the channel for the next few weeks. But apparently, Indie Stone had other plans. I just came back home and saw this. So yeah, the clock is just about to hit midnight where I am, but guys, we gotta deep dive into 42.9 because this thing is an absolute blast. Okay guys, but before we're gonna talk, well, not only talk, but actually test out the new Ragdoll physics for explosives, we gotta talk about all the other changes that were implemented as part of 42.9, starting with new zombie spawn mechanics. Now, the way that it's going to work right now as of 42.9 is there will be actually two different layers of determining where the zombies appear when we launch the game. Now, this explanation is pretty long and detailed, but I think the easiest way to put it in words is by looking at it this way. The zombie spawn will still be determined by map tiles, so there will be areas of the map where you're gonna have high population by default, and there will be the ones which will have a lower population, like military, expected to be high. But the distribution of zombies in those areas will be to some extent unpredictable based on this new seed-based mechanic that was added. Now, the main idea behind all of this is to make a more varied and consistent method of spawning zombies on the initial map and add a certain level of surprise to this entire process. Now, me personally, I never really thought about the process of how the zombie spawns are determined, so I don't really have an opinion on this change, but it is apparently one of the most important changes, so we will see how this plays out when we play the game. 42.9 was released much faster when compared to 42.8 and its predecessor, so we did not get a very long list of changes this time. But there are a few things which catch my attention. Starting with the idea of using recipe books to reduce the level requirement to craft a particular item. The way that it is explained is as follows. If a player knows a specific recipe but is one skill level below the minimum requirement to make it, if we have the recipe, which usually comes from a magazine or sometimes from a schematic, if we have this recipe in our inventory or within the range of our player, we are actually able to make that even though we are not meeting the minimum level requirement. Now, this is something that makes all those magazines containing recipes no longer fire and forget. We actually have an incentive to keep them because we can use them to reduce that requirement. I think this is a pretty interesting change, which changes the way that we treat magazines. The way that I do it usually is when I read a magazine, I just throw it away because I don't need it anymore. Right now, it's actually wise to keep them somewhere. What we also got were some extra updates to the tailoring tree. Now, in 42.8, a new item called a sinew thread was introduced, and it was a very specific type of thread used in many leatherworking and armor crafting recipes. Now, in 42.9, we've got additional changes. First, a recipe to dye clothes has been added. And here's how it works. An item called industrial dye was added, and if you find it, and if you also have a water container that can carry at least 10 liters of water, you're able to use that dye to basically change the color of clothing. Unhappy with the dull grayish dress? Well, no problem. If you find pink dye and apply it to that dress, there, you've got a lovely pink dress. Now, the funny thing is that, at least based on my tests, this recipe does not work on self-crafted clothing, which is probably an omission, because why wouldn't it work? Especially that the self-crafted clothes are like basically white, so they are perfect for dyeing. I would expect this to be changed in the future, and it's probably just a simple omission. With 42.9, we are also getting another type of thread, which is called the aramid thread. We will be acquiring this type of thread through the crafting menu, working on things like bulletproof vests, firefighter clothes, or limb armors. Now, in order to do that, we will not be using a simple right-click rip as we would do with different clothes. We will actually do it through the crafting menu using an action called pick aramid thread, which I am showing to you guys right now. Those of you who know me and are either in my community or just simply follow my videos from the very beginning, you guys probably know I am a terrible shooter. So it's hard for me to really relate to this next change that I'm gonna talk about, but apparently we are getting some changes to the ragdoll effects coming from various different weapon types. And this change of ragdoll physics will be directly linked to the caliber of the ammo we're using. So we will have 3 levels: low caliber, mid caliber, and high caliber. Now you guys gotta tell me if this was really an issue, and if indeed we've had zombies flying up in the air after being shot from a 9mm handgun. I don't know, I didn't test it. You tell me. And the final thing on this slide totally broke my heart, and that is a change to the raccoons climbing fences. A change to what? Okay, let me explain. And this is gonna be a bit of a shameless plug on my behalf, but like, bear with me. I just started a roleplay, let's play, whatever you want to call it, series on my channel about a character named Tailoring. In one of the upcoming episodes, which has not yet been released, I found this cute little thing. Oh, you're climbing fences. Oh, you little rascal. This must be one of the sweetest things I've seen in a while. Come on there, boy. So if this feature is not returned to the game at some point, expect me to protest at the Indie Stone headquarters sometime in the near future. If you want to join in, we can go together. Okay, back to serious topics. Now, there were some changes to the balance of the game. Now, I heard a lot of rumors that there will be rebalancing of weapon damage and character fatigue. But apparently, if it is planned, it has not happened in this update. Two things that I really like, however, in terms of balance is one, the fact that tissues will now muffle coughs. I've been playing a lot of CDDA lately, and yeah, I really like this change. And also this is gonna help all of those who like to play with the smoker trait. That's one of the things that, you know, can improve our quality of life moving on. The other thing, which was such a no-brainer and we finally got it, is the fact that we have an extended radius of vehicle headlights. Sounds like a really simple change, but it's such a massive improvement, and I really appreciate this added to the new update. And there are tons of other fixes that were added with this update as always, but I know you all are waiting for the big thing, the explosives overhaul, so let's jump into that. And guys, I tried it and I fell in love. So what specifically was done with explosives? Well, for certain type of bombs, in this case the pipe bomb and the aerosol bomb, the ragdoll physics was added to the game. Now this change is applicable for aerosol and pipe bombs. The Molotov and the fire bomb stay unchanged. I did release an explosives masterclass a few weeks ago, and some of it is now obsolete, but I would still encourage you guys to check it out because I think there is tons of good information there and even more valuable comments under the video. So if the changes to the pipe bomb and the aerosol bomb now got you excited about explosives, check out this video. I think it might prove to be valuable. Okay, but enough talking. Let's finally blow some things up, huh? Right now, the pipe bomb is an absolute death to anything in the vicinity of it, and we finally got something resembling grenades. And I absolutely understand it's not thanks to my video, but it was one of the things I was hoping to have. Real life explosives with explosive radius and instant kill. We finally got it, and it's so much fun. and I think it's gonna revamp the entire explosives usage in the game, add new ways of playing. So Indie Stone, you did the right thing, guys. Massive kudos to you. Guys, that summarizes all the changes that really did catch my eye. I'm pretty sure I missed things, so I would really appreciate if, you know, respond in the comments as you usually do and mention all the things that you found interesting, you found exciting in build 42.9. If I made some grammar or pronunciation mistakes in the video, I do apologize. It's actually quite late, but I really wanted to get this video out for you guys as soon as possible. So I hope you will forgive me this time. If you want to stay in touch, if you want to have influence on what's next on the channel, or just want to chat about either Project Zomboid or just life in general, hop onto the Discord. The community is growing and it's really a lot of fun. Thank you for all the support you guys show me on a regular basis. Now for this episode especially, I would really appreciate if you respond with comments, likes. If you're not part of the channel, make sure to subscribe. It will mean the world to me. Guys, for tonight, that's everything. As always, I'm Gertrix. Cheers.